Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 2, Dundee United 0 at a game I'm not sure how to feel about. Ali, how's it going?
Very well, glad to be here. Scotia would have been here, but he's got other pressing matters in the Viceroy. And
lack of sleep and alcohol as well. Yeah, today I don't want this to be negative. I'm generally trying not to be, because it's a 2-0 win against Dundee United. We all know the game that we were expecting to see, and it's exactly the game that we did see. Dundee United not really interested in playing football. However, there is points in today that Rangers have to be more ruthless against teams like that, and we weren't today. We weren't. It felt very experimental today.
Yeah, it was routine. It felt like a training ground exercise for me half the time, because Dundee United for me offered nothing. They never really come up the park. It was a bizarre game, but it's another game that I go away with Rangers and we're not clinical enough. We just don't put teams away, and we don't go and kill teams, which is the frustration for me.
The starting 11 probably didn't raise too many eyebrows, let's be honest. Maybe Morelos starting off for Čolak, that's probably the only one.
That tells a story. When you come on that team lineup, Carney, I think that maybe tells a story, because I would have played Morelos today going on Čolak's past two performances. I thought he would have played Čolak because we're playing Dundee United, and he didn't. And I thought that maybe tells a story going forward next season with it. I don't think he thinks Čolak, like myself, is good enough to be the Rangers #1 next season.
Oh yeah, possibly, mate. I think there's an argument in that, and I would be shocked if a striker is not one of the five names, if you like, that got branded about by Beale that's what he's looking at. I would imagine he is looking at a striker. He kind of has to be looking at a striker. Two strikers, yeah, at least two. Yeah, at least two. But yeah, the first half. Oh, it was poor. It was a hard watch. It really was a tough watch. But ultimately, we scored a really good goal. The pass from Goldson into Cantwell, the wee flick from Cantwell round the corner to lead into Tillman, and Tillman's finish is brilliant. It was a great goal. It was a great goal. A goal that we deserved to be in front of, Ali, because I seen the stats at half time. We'd 80% possession in that first half. It's hard to be critical of the team at the same time as we think we should be doing more. We know what we're going to face. It's the age-old thing of we're struggling to put in performances against a team that want to play a back 10.
We struggle against teams that sit in, and we all knew Dundee United were going to come and sit in. Ryan said it's going to be 2-1 Rangers. He wasn't far away.
No, he wasn't.
And he says that because he knows Dundee United are not going to come and play football, and they didn't. We need to learn to break these teams down. The frustration for me with Rangers is, we've got 80% possession, but we're not doing anything with it.
We didn't.
And I want guys to commit and drive with a ball and be brave. And I think they're too safe at times. I think there's too many players that take a safe touch and give it to somebody else for responsibility. There's nobody in that team, bar Ryan Kent, who I thought was poor in the first half. I'm talking overall this season. Tillman to points that really wants to take responsibility and drive the Rangers team. Yeah,
no, I get it, and I think there was elements, I said at the start, experimentation around today, because we dropped into a back three at times. Lundstrom dropped very deep. I mean, behind the two centre halves at points. It was definitely one of the ones that I think Beale was trying to use as an exercise more than anything else. I think he knew fine well what Dundee United were going to offer, which was very little. It was nothing at all. They're an extremely poor team, and I don't feel sorry for them at all. I hope they go down. They deserve to go down. They're a terrible football team right now. But it was a hard watch at half time. But we went in at half time 1-0 up, and that's all you can really ask, I think. But apart from the goal, that keeper didn't do anything. They didn't really make a save, really. Like, I don't think he was called into action in that first half.
Could have laid a decks here, Alan McGregor, that first half.
No, I even mean Dundee United's keeper.
Oh, Dundee United's keeper as well.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You were saying about all the possession that we had.
Yeah. No, in terms of, I don't remember Dundee United's goalkeeper having a save, or a major save, if you know what to make. He's had a couple of things, but nothing major. And it harks back to what I'm on about in terms of, it's all right having all the possession, but we need to be more cutthroat, ruthless, brave in the ball. Folk want to drive the balls, and we have players that can do this, but they need to grab it by the scruff of the neck at times. I'm looking at Cantwell's, I'm looking at Tillman's and Ryan Kent's. They need to provide this for Rangers, and I thought the first half it was too pedestrian for me. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, second half it was slightly better. I'm not going to lie, it was slightly better.
It usually is with Rangers.
Yeah, it usually is. I thought we were slightly better in the way that we moved the ball, the kind of pace that we were trying to play at. I thought it was better. And we rightfully take another lead. Again, Tillman gets a wee bit lucky with his shot. But
you
again,
you don't shoot.
Exactly, mate. Literally took the words out of my mouth, mate. Because we're all screaming for them to take a shot outside the box. I did forget to say Ryan Kent was so unlucky with a shot in the first half that hit the bar. He was, I mean, another couple of inches lower and he scores one of the goals of the season. It was a real unlucky attempt. But it was one of the ones, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Tillman does. We make it 2-0. And from then it was really a formality for Rangers. But even more so, we've seen more experimentation within the shape, within what Beale's trying to do. Yeah. This 3-5-2 thing seems like it's going to be coming into play at some point, because we were very much playing that. We were very much playing that.
Back as well, which I think could be an element to this 3-5-2 going forward.
Well, even as he came on, I don't think John Souttar looks out of place at all.
No, he's comfortable with the ball at his feet. John Souttar, I deal with folk in Edinburgh, they're Hearts fans, and they told me for day one John Souttar can play with the ball with his feet.
Looks very comfortable.
Similar to Goldson, and they can, and yeah, it might be a thing going forward.
Yeah, the refereeing standards again I'll bring up, because it was diabolical. Honestly, it's beyond a joke how bad it is. Apparently, from people that we spoke to even after the game, that there was a stonewall penalty for Morelos for the push. I'll need to see it back before I pass judgment on that completely. But yeah, and then we were stopped at one point for a ridiculous amount of time for a potential handball. Nothing came of it. Again, far too long for it the decision to be made. But the inconsistency again of the refereeing is just shocking. I think Tav got booked for pretty much nothing. There was Cantwell got brought down I don't know how many times before the referee decided to even blow for a free kick, never mind a booking. But yeah, it was one of those games. There was a number of changes. I say Čolak came on. Čolak had a real chance, mate. The header.
Scott Wright.
He's got to score.
Scott Wright, who is bright when you know what Scott Wright does, and Scott Wright comes on for 10.
Well, interestingly, he came on for Tavernier.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought Scott Wright looked bright again. He always does, Scott Wright, when these teams are tiring. He whips a ball in. I mean, it's a delicious ball for a striker.
Needs to score.
Čolak has to score. And it sums up how we are. I've called us powder puff up front, and we're not clinical enough. Beale's addressed it as well, and it's one for next season, and it's a reason why we need to go in the market for, well, I say 2 strikers next season.
Yeah, and there was a number of times we broke forward and it was 4 against 2, 5 against 2 at times.
Behind striker.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that ruthless streak that we should have, especially at Ibrox against teams like this. We should be putting these teams to bed. It should be an embarrassing scoreline for them, and we didn't do that. Again, that sounds like we're having a complaint. I'm very happy the fact that Rangers have got out with 3 points today. It's 2 goals. You've got to take everything as it comes. But in terms of a performance and an excitement level of the game, it was very, very low. Not very interesting at all, really not at all. Ali, one player I will bring up today, I thought Alfredo Morelos was very poor today.
Yeah,
there's a conundrum happening with what happens next week.
We walked out the ground today and said, who plays at Parkhead next week? Because both our strikers are, let's be honest, shit out of form.
Yes.
The 2 of them. Yeah. Sakala, for me, is not a striker, he's a wide man, and he's probably the guy on form out of the 3 of them. But he's not a striker.
Doesn't work through the middle. It doesn't work.
I think he has to go Morelos next. I still don't think Čolak suits the way we play, and it's a difficult one because the 2 of them are shit out of form at the moment in the last couple of games. Morelos, a couple of good link-up plays, but I don't really remember. He had a 1 shot the second half that he done well outside the box, but apart from that, nothing. It looks like a guy that is going through the motions of being at Rangers, and he's not going to be there.
My dad said the same thing, mate. My dad, as soon as he came off, my dad said he looks like a guy that knows he's not going to be here next season. Generally, he said that. He's like, I think he even knows.
And is he going to bust his gut this season when he knows he's going to go?
Why does he need? Yeah, exactly. Why would he? Yeah, why would he? No, I get that. I do get that. But he didn't offer very much. But it's a tough one to pick who you start next week.
It's a must-win. It really is.
Oh, of course it is. If you want to take into the league that we want to be still and be competitive for this league, then we have to win next week. There's absolutely no doubt. Man of the match for me today, it was Tillman. It has to be because he scored the 2 goals. Everybody else, I mean, Cantwell, I'm not saying Cantwell was poor, he wasn't his best, but
and the levels he's been at, Cantwell.
Yeah, everybody else wasn't really. It's not, you can't really pick anybody else.
Sponsors gave Alan McGregor, I mean, he was fantastic.
Quite rightly so,
today, Alan McGregor. You lay in that deck chair absolutely brilliantly, honestly. Yeah. It's got to be Malik Tillman for me. He's Malik, you know, green the ball and he'll score 2 goals. The bugbear my Rangers midfield all the time is we don't shoot enough. Malik Tillman shoots, and most of the time it puts it in the back of the net. Yeah. And he did today. And I don't know what his number, he must be up near double figures now, Malik Tillman, excluding assists as well. We have to sign this boy. He's special, he's got a bit of magic about him. Other players need to come up to his level. I think Cantwell's and players Raskin are on his level. But he's came back 2 goals. He's got to be man of the match.
Well, I think he's just the perfect example of what we're looking for. We're looking for players to take that risk, to take the chance, to take a shot. He did. Okay, it was a.
If it doesn't come off, we can accept it.
It was a deflection, but it went in. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's a goal, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, apart from that, everybody else was 6-7s really. I mean, but we were never in real danger. I don't want it to sound like we were in danger. Dundee United offered nothing today. Literally nothing. A very routine win. The old cliche 3 points and up the road. Quickly, the first time that we have left Ibrox today, we went into Edmonton House, mate, and well, my first time anyway, got a quick pint as we left the game. I'm not going to lie, and I don't often give a club praise, I was quite impressed with it.
Yeah, I was there last Sunday with Tommy after the Legends game. I thought it was the perfect time to go, and it was quiet. I said to the lads we should go in after the game for a pint, went in for a pint. I think it's very good. I think it's very well priced. A lot of folk might sell $4.95 for a pint of tents, but if you go to an event at the Hydro or whatever, you're paying probably £8 now. Yeah. When I was at the darts, I'm sure it was £8, but I think it was reasonable. They've got the big screens, the football, they've got food in there. It was decent, Carney. If you think about it, we went in for a pint, come out, the traffic had gone, we jumped in the bus and we're in the Viceroy.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And,
yeah, I can't.
Great money maker for Rangers.
Yeah, I can't complain about it. I fully understand what the club are trying to do with that. I do. It's a very smart move by them. It really is a very smart move, and it's something that we'll probably take advantage of going forward. It's a nice way to finish a home game off, to be able to jump in and get a quick pint just at Ibrox. So no, I'm not going to complain about it. But yeah, 3 points up the road, a few pints for us, and then I'm up the road as well. God knows where these 2 idiots are going to end up.
I'll be taking Scotia to other bars. But yeah, Scotia will be back on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes. Yeah, Tuesday. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, thank you.